All right, this is us. So give yourself a moment. Make yourself in a comfortable position. No lighting for me as well. So lengthen your spine, either seated or lying down. Breath awareness just for the next few moments. In and the out breath. Settling in. Settling down the thoughts. Feeling the mind come to a standstill. Stepping out from the day that we've had. Practice of allowing ourselves to move away and step into something else, our practice, unobstructed, uninhibited by other factors of the day. So we're going to start by slowing the breathing down. Inhale through the nose, and a long exhale out through the nose. Just focus on the in-breath now. Obviously exhaling to release, but focus on that length of the in. Trying again to bring our focus just to our breath. Awareness of external factors as noises and things around us. Just now breathing. Once you feel the length of the in-breath, and bring your focus to extending the exhalation. And we're going to bring our focus to the pelvic floor. Again, once using our intuition, our awareness, we all know where the pelvic floor is. We know how to engage it. So all I'm simply adding here is as we inhale, we relax. On the exhale, we engage pelvic floor muscles, lift and hold. So we inhale, exhale. And on the next exhalation, let's switch on the pelvic floor muscles. So we inhale, fully exhale, switch on the pelvic floor, lifting front to back. And start to draw the energy upwards. So start to straighten out your spine, lift your chest up, lift your shoulders back, lengthen from tailbone, all the way up through the spine, back of the head and neck, bringing the ears back over, shoulders, chin towards chest and extension, all the way up through each vertebrae. So holding the energy in the belly by pulling the belly slightly inwards, uplifting the chest forward, bringing it over the hips and extending all the way up through the head. So we breathe in and we breathe out, isolating that space around the belly and midriff to build the strength, the building blocks and support network of our spine and the muscular block. And now hearing that sound of the breath. And if you're not seated, you're lying down, come and join us to a seated position, and we shall begin movements. So if you can, come up to seated position, cross legs, shoulders back, and drawing in through the belly, roll the shoulders to the ears and dropping the shoulders behind. So inhale and exhale, dropping the shoulders around. Circular motions, opening the shoulders, bringing fluid into the shoulders and mobility. And then reversing, opposite direction, lifting and easing into that movement. Brilliant. Little movement of the head, left to right. The arms relax to the side. Excellent. Shoulder to ear, ear to shoulder. Looking over the shoulder and front again. All the way back. Good. And nodding the head. Up and down. Releasing, easing. So we're going to do a practice of balance today. So let's get warming up. So let's come through our sun salutations. I'm going to take my jump off now because I know we're going to get warm. But again, keeping it at your level that feels suitable for you today. So let's start mobilizing the spine. It's completely optional to you whether you stay on the knees or not. So we're going to have a couple of options here for that mobility. So we inhale, pull the belly in, tailbone under. Again, secure the core. Keep the belly in as we look upwards. And if you want to add a little bit more on, here is the up, down is the curl, drop the toes, press back. And then we add that through to our movement. So inhale, support the belly, exhale, round into the tummy, draw the belly in, push the hips back. Try and really stretch out on that final move of downward facing. This is mobility, switching on the muscle. And we take that into a stretch. Push it out, opening up across the joints, creating that space in the back and spine. Letting me straighten out that curvature and lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head, like we did when we were seating. Once more through. Staying in your downward facing, spreading the fingers, spreading the toes, finding stability and a little moment of stillness for a couple of deep, full breaths. Inhale, exhale. So settling into that posture on deep exhalation. We're going to take a moment now to walk our feet and hands towards the front of the mat into a forward fold. So we will do a couple of rounds of sun salutations. Again, using your body and yourself as a guide, will flow through doing what feels appropriate for you. So I think we all know this flow, so I'm not going to talk too much and just let you go with the flow. So knees to the floor, starting off on our first ground level, working our way all the way through our first layer. Again, right leg will lead and draw us forward to that lunge. Left leg. Okay, reaching on up. So easy flow movements here to start us off with. Nothing too unusual and new here. Just the normal flow sequence. So we inhale. Exhale, fold forward, creating that length, knees slightly bent. Inhale, pinch the shin, shrug the shoulders back. Start to reverse the posture of the day by lifting the chest through the hands. And really think about keeping your chest slightly lifted as we dip the hips. Engage the back. Okay? Engage the back and shoulders because they've become slow, rested, or tight through the day. So you need just to reverse. Make sure you're feeling your shoulders, feeling the broadness from front to back of the body. So you pause for a moment when you need it. When you feel you need to take a moment in the posture to feel it. Lovely. So we're very fluid. Movement orientated. You don't need to hear me too much, but I'll talk you through the next couple. Continuation. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, fingers to shin. Reverse, fold forward. Step to plank. Knees to floor. Elbows to side. Chest lift up. Inhale, tuck toes. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg high. Right leg forward. Lower back knee. Inhale. Exhale. Step to plank. Knees to floor. Elbows down. Chest lifts. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg high. Left leg through. Inhale. Exhale. Step to down. Hand forward. Once more here at this level. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step to plank. Hold, drawing through the belly a little bit longer. And slowly lower your knees. And then lower the chest. Inhale up with the chest. Exhale down. Inhale, push up. Downward facing. Lift. Right leg high. And through. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands either side. Step to that plank. Belly in tight. Lower the knees. And lower the chest. Not making this a stressful one today. Let's unhinge ourselves, unstress ourselves, not and zip through. Just joy being mobile and moving at a nice, gentle pace that serves us. Isn't going to cause us too much discomfort. Let's add on layering up to level 2 while we're here. So again, chaturanga if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, just a nice fluid motion. Inhale. Exhale, step to your plank. This wide. You can lower through the chin. Chest come up, squeeze the buttocks. Exhale. Downward facing. Right leg kicks high. And then right leg forward for a high lunge. Inhale. Exhale. Step into plank. Option again. Knees to floor or chest. Pull through, squeeze the buttocks. Exhale, lift. Use your core. Left leg high. It's a little bit more challenging. Left leg through. High lunge. Exhale, hands either side. Steps down facing. Take it again. Your level. Let's do 4 more to each side. Now. Exhale forward. Inhale, fingers to shin. Exhale, plank. Lower knees or chest. All the way up. Squeeze the buttocks, lift that neck high. And through, downward facing. Right leg forward. Inhale high. Exhale hands. Plank position. Inhale. Exhale lift. Squeeze the buttocks. Inhale. Exhale lift. Left leg. Left leg through. High lunge. Exhale hands. Step to downward facing. Lift the hips. Walk forward or jump. Inhale. Once more. Exhale, we are feeling it now. And feeling that warmth. That inner glow from the body from doing beautiful fluid movements through. Take a breather, coming to the front of your mat. Now, we're going to work a little bit on balance and add a little bit to the flow. I think we've done this one previous, a while back. Focus a lot on balance on one leg and moving through that balance with that control. So it's control, strength, balance in flow. It's moving gracefully with that control. Again, lose control, embrace it, come back and reset. So front of the mat, we'll always start with the right leg, shoulders back, lifting up. So I want to really think about pelvic floor alignment, drawing the navel in, holding secure at my base of my spine, and the strength goes through the legs. So we're going to lift, right leg up first. The right leg comes up in front. We're going to slightly turn outward rotation from the foot and knee, and we step and inhale. I'm going to take it into our first position of warrior one. Step it back, slight rotation with the back foot, turning toes outward, lift, pressing through the heel, warrior one, drop the shoulders, breathe in. If you want to make it a little bit wider, depending on how it feels, the hips are facing forward. You try not to put too much pressure on your spine. You can extend the back leg, or maybe walk the front leg a little further forward, and then broaden your shoulders, taking an inhale. Then we're going to take it, back leg comes forward and in front. So we bring our hands to thumbs, send the arms outwards, and then step in to have the right knee up in front for balance. This then transitions to slightly airplane mode. So as I bend the supporting leg to extend the leg through, my hands are going to come to face the front, as is my chest forward, extending from my arms to lift into a hovering high position here. From here, I'm going to start to lower my back foot to the floor. to land in the high lunge. From the high lunge, I spin into warrior two, classic here. With our warrior two, I'm going to go straight into overarm, underarm rotation and circular motion. Breathe in. I'm going to unwrap myself and rotate back to the lunge. From the lunge, I'm going to start to tilt forward, bring my arms up, and then lower my knee to the floor. Take an inhale. From here, I'm then going to just bring hands either side and then step into a plank position. So the front leg goes back. So being as we start on the right side, we're going to go into side plank right side. So turn your feet onto the side. Left arm center, right arm comes up. Lift from your torso, hold, straighten your body up, breathe in. So again, if you want to come out a little bit quicker, please do. Or come down to your knees. Place on the inside or outside edge of your foot. One foot stacked or in front of the other, depending on stability. Then we bring the hand down, separate the feet to hip width apart. Now you can stay here and hold, or lower your knees for a tricep dip down to the floor. Inhale up, and then we're going to push straight back through the arms to child's pose. From child's pose, we push up to downward facing to elevate the hips and sit bones. Take a couple of breaths. So we're holding for a couple of breaths here. We're going to come forward from the back, either jumping or stepping. So a little bend, look towards the hand, or walking. Forward. Chin towards the thighs. Take an inhale. So that's our movement sequence. Again, heavily focus on balance. We're going to do that a couple of times each side. So now, left side. So again, draw in through the belly, hold it tight, tuck the tailbone under. So bring that energy in. So again, pelvic floor unites, breathing through the upper chest and back. Left leg comes forward. Inhale, reach. Down rotation of the foot. Lift and then bend to step through. First of all, hips facing forward to warrior one. So we can extend the front leg forward or push that heel outwards. Trying to lift into the inner arch of the back leg as we hold in this broad, strong warrior two. Sorry, warrior one. Take an inhale. Coming forward to fly. Hands heart center. Lift. And then bring that front back leg to the front and extend your arms, opening wide. Take an inhale. We're going to take that foot to behind us to fly our wings and extend, drawing the energy through the belly. Take an inhale. And lower, slowly back foot to the floor with control. High lunge. From the high lunge to warrior two. Sweeping the arms under and over. That beautiful sweeping, extended opening. A bit more ballet, and then we move around to lunge. High lunge, tiptoe forward. Exhale, knee to floor. Inhale into the crescent. Exhale, hands either side. Lift into plank. Feet hip width apart, drawing the belly, broaden your chest and shoulders. We're going to go left side, so right hand to center, outside edge of the right foot, inside of the left, or stacking on top. Pulling in from your waist, lifting up through your spine and side body. Hold and breathe. And then bringing our hands and feet back in line with each other. Inhale, exhale, lower to the knees. For a tricep dip. Looking up, tap the toes, push back to child. Take an inhale, reset, toes under, exhale, lift, downward facing. Either jump or walk forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let's go again, right side. So right knee comes up. External rotation from the foot, draw the navel in. Step back, straight to warrior one, where the foot slightly turns away and your front leg is a right angle and you extend it upwards, drawing the navel in. Hips go forward. Then we transition, inhale, bring that leg forward and front, that right side, bring your hands and extend, open out, ready to receive. Bam. Now start to turn, pivoting forward from the hips and extension all the way out. Hold strong, lifting to the heel, take an inhale, slowly lower back leg. Inhale, lunge, exhale, warrior. Make that swinging graceful arms. Inhale, straight on up, straight on over, forward, reach. Inhale, lower knee, arms overhead. Hands either side, step to that plank position. You can come down to your knees if you need to. Taking the plank onto right side, the left arm becomes centered. Stacking the feet, lifting up, breathe in, extend, open your chest forward again. Hold with the balance. Stacking the legs, engaging your thighs. Inhale, exhale, hands back into the safety position, all fours, toes, knees width, down to the knees, tricep dip. Inhale, up. Exhale, tuck toes, push back, child's pose. Sit on your heels, tuck your toes under, get ready to engage your core to lift from your belly. Lift up high, exhale, down facing. Bring the energy from the legs, bend your knees, look towards your hands, take a breath in, walk or step or jump. Inhale. Pelvic floor switches on. Engage those muscles of the lower back and spine. Left leg to lead. Inhale, lift. External rotation. Taking it back. Step to warrior one. Toes slightly facing outwards on the front back leg. Front leg facing forward. Push into the right angle. Inhale. Now get ready. Inhale, exhale. Step forward. Lift forward. Arms reach out. Across the body. Take an inhale, brace the abs. Exhale, bend the front knee, extend behind you. Try and find that balance between the top and the bottom part of the body. Inhale, bend the front knee, lower down to your high lunge. High lunge, spin into warrior two. Bring it over with the arms. Take an inhale, rise up, pivot. Arms go forward, reach the body forward, and then lower knee to floor. Extend arms overhead. Hands either side. Step into your plank. Bracing the abs. Center, right foot into your left, holding here. So stack the feet, or one in front, keeping your left leg in front. Take an inhale. Exhale, transition, back to plank. Grip slightly through your fingers. Inhale, knees to floor, lower the chest, tricep dip, shoulders back, chest lifts. Inhale, tuck toes, push the weight back over the heels, take it down, work from this slow, small position by pushing through the hands, engaging by taking an inhale, exhale, lift, and unwind the hips backwards. Ravel yourself to behind, bend your knees, look towards the front. Either walk, step, or hop and jump. Once more. Now we're going to hang it in. Once more, and then we'll stretch it out. So balance, focus. Right side lift. Hands to heart center. Inhale, external rotation from the knee. Step, warrior two. Reach out, stay steady. Inhale. Hands to prayer, lift and extend the arms to the side. Tilt, lean forward, fold yourself in half and extend from that fold, hands to heel. Inhale, bend the knee, exhale, lower, all the way to lunge. From the lunge, we open out to warrior two and windmill the arms into graceful arms here. Inhale, all the way up to forward, reach through using the tippy toes. Inhale, lower the knee, arms come up. Exhale, hands either side. Step into your plank position. Hold and breathe, securing through the middle. Left hand center, right arm extends up. Hold and pause for a moment, drawing in the energy to your belly through your legs. Hands come either side, transition your weight. Lift up the chest, drop the knees, bend the elbows in. Inhale up, exhale down, push back to your heels. Lengthen your spine, stretch out your lower back. Press and dig your fingers into the floor. Take an inhale, push up. Bend the knees, step or jump forward. Inhale, rise, head down low. Reach up, last time. Doing well, left side. Center, find balance, left leg. External rotation through the knee, bend the front knee, step to warrior one. Hips facing forward, don't compress the spine, take an inhale. Then hands to heart center, step in. Knee forward, arms come up, stretching out for balance. Get ready, take an inhale. Exhale, start to lift that leg behind you. You're flying. Then we slowly lower to the floor. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Into those extending floating arms. Inhale, all the way up. Leaning forward, strike slightly into your high leaning plank. All the way up. All the way down. Last time, step to plank. Hold to bring right side center and lift from that right side. So I'm just going to secure my wrist a little bit more if you're feeling it a little bit in that wrist. My weaker side, because I'm always carrying the baby on that side. Take an inhale. Draw the belly in, lower your knees. Tricep dip to the floor. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push back onto your heels. Take an inhale to round and push through the floor to the last and final. Downward facing walk or jump to the front of your mat. So we've engaged the core, down at length. We're doing really well here. Head goes forward, drawing in the breath, drawing out. Maybe bring your feet a little bit wider. We're going to start a little posture and stretch from here. We haven't done it in a while, but I think it's going to be a welcome one here. Just keeping in that forward fold. Breathing in, breathing out. If you can bring your hands, wrap them into a little fold here, folded arms, hanging the weight forward. And just a couple of deep breaths as your knees bend inwards to feel that extension and release in the lower back and spine as you hang forward. So what you'll find is if you bend your knees a lot, you'll actually start to open up a little bit more from the lower back. And you'll start to find you hang a little better, and that space is opening around the spine. Fresh blood flow to the brain. Just feel that calmness for a couple of breaths. So lighten your toes so you can grip your toes. Bring your weight into your heels as your knee bends to really secure your base here. Take a couple of breaths. So we're going to do a little bit of floor work here. So what I want you to bring your fingers onto the mat. Drop your shoulders straight in your back, but keep your knees slightly bent. If you can, walk your hands up your thighs. You can rest them on your knees, but I want you to have your bum slightly pushing back. Knees slightly bent, but they're still finding that your chest is closed. And straighten your back and draw your shoulders back. Your fingers are on your shins, and you're slightly sitting in this position with your shoulders back, look forward. If you get a little length in your hamstrings, if you can come up a little higher, push your hips back and your knees slightly bent. So your knees bent, so your weight is in the middle of your foot, not your heels. So your knees are slightly bending to bring your weight into the middle of your foot. And then you're pressing your hips back to bring a straight line through your calves and a slight angle from the knee to hip. And then you've got a right angle from your hip to your spine, drawing the belly in. Fingers and shin bones. And then drop your shoulders back and look forward to get a bigger stretch in. Now draw your belly in. Hold it there, weight centered. Maybe play around with bending your knees a little bit more and sticking your bum a little bit further out, or tucking your tailbone under and sticking your bum back. Just to find that stretch, gently opening up across the hamstrings, finding it where you need it. So keep holding that stretch, or the shoulders back, engage the belly. Inhale, exhale, then we're going to fold all the way down. So keeping the knees bent, I just want you to open up from your lower spine as you start to lower your weight forward, as if you're trying to open the lowest part of the back. And once you open, you can then start to melt down and rest on your thighs. Bring your hands down, breathe. Let's do that again. So we're trying to open up this lower back area. So keep your legs where they are, walk your hands up your shin bone. You're sticking your back. Almost like doing a back bend in your lower back, and then bring your hands to your shins, pull the shoulders back, and then bring the chest to the hands to lengthen your back, draw the belly in. You can play around with the knees. Try and see if you can pull your fingers off your shins and look forward. Become a little bit lower, slide the fingers down, but keep the back bend in reverse, like a cow pose. And then lower your hands down your shins, and then fold your weight over your legs as they hold still here, and let the back relax forward. Open up the lower spine. Then grip your toes, relax forward. And then we're going to slowly bring our bum down to the floor, and then just walk on the floor. So onto the bottom, lie down onto your back. So bring yourself flat onto your back, knees bent, and all I want you to do is just keep the knees together. Inhale, side, center, other side. So we're just looking forward for now, just letting our knees come over to the side, but keeping them stacked. So keeping the shoulders and the arms, head on the ground. So just opening and releasing. So we're creating that space. Now we're just trying to manipulate the facets of the lower back with ease in the pelvis to realign and reset the natural foundation of that big network of muscles. So everything goes through your hips, your pelvis. So we're just resetting here. So you might feel the next couple of days a little bit more lighter through your whole body, because everything, weight goes through the pelvis and into the legs. So your legs need to work on and unwind after we've managed to release the tension going through the pelvis. One bony part supports all that body, anticipates the weight through. Well, that feels really good actually. So push the back into the mat and get a little massage on the spine. So once we've got into the lower back, we're going to start to manipulate into the legs and thighs here. So we're getting through. I don't know about you, but that feels really good. Back to center. Now just walk your feet a little bit wider, hip width apart. You're going to bring the right knee to the floor and the right heel under the left. I've done this one before. You're just going to gently ease the knee down and that heel to your bottom, keeping the tracking from shoulder to hip to knee. So they're on the same line here if we can. And your shoulders on the mat. Just adjust yourself if you're not arching your back too much. If you are, maybe ease off, pulling that heel closer just to get your hips on the floor. Got a breath here. If you need a little bit more, the left foot comes over and just press it down to get that leg closer into the mat. Again, try not to arch your back, release the lower back and spine, keep the pelvis in line and just breathe. Press down a little bit harder if you need to. Now to add a bit more, my free right hand is going to come over to the outside of the left. I'm going to try and keep my shoulders on the floor if I can. And I'm going to slowly bring my left knee up towards the right arm as I pull it over, so it's slightly higher up, and then I'm going to roll as much as I can, keep my shoulders on the floor, and hold that over. So just see how much you can do. You might need your elbow to support you a little bit here, and then hold the leg. So breathe. Maybe after a little breath you can breathe. Stretch a little deeper over to the right side. Relax your shoulders down. Keep holding, guys. Then you're going to assist that leg up so you can hook it in. Engage your core muscles, inner thighs. Draw back to center, hug that leg in. And then unhook the other leg. Bring that in. And just walk your legs and your knees. Just walk it out backwards and forwards. We're going to do the same thing now on the other side. So now bring your heels back to the floor, a little bit of space. Readjust your back and spine. Just checking that it's the same length and extension all the way through. So this time it's going to be the left foot that comes under, keeping your pelvis and hips in place so you're not rocking the body, making it uneven, and just slowly edging it over to the right side without lifting your right hip from the mat. Drop your shoulders. The left arm extends away from the arm up, shoulder height, and breathe. You can keep your hip down and then bring your right side over there. Please do it. And release tension in your back. Try not to overstimulate it. Relax. Relax your belly. Tummy space. From your hip and groin. And then using that free left hand, keep a hold of the right if you can. Left brings the right knee up and across the body and over. So again, keep your right shoulder in the mat and just slowly draw the leg over to the right side. Right leg over to the left side. So inhale, exhale, shoulders back and now relax into it. Maybe using your elbow on your left side for support to pull and hold. Just tune into what needs to be done. Tension. Ease. If anything holding in the thighs or the back of the thighs, the side, just start to ease them into it or come out slightly and just go back in. And the exhalation, deepen the stretch. I'm going to switch on my core muscles, draw my belly in, inhale. Draw that knee center, plug it in. Unhook the other leg, bring them both in. I'm going to come into happy baby pose now here. So hands go in the instep of the foot, inside, and then lift the heels up. Or you can grab onto the toes or the ankles. I'm just going to lift. Keep your feet apart. Roll into the lower back and spine and just breathe. That feels good. Bring the head up if that feels good. Have a play there. Or let it go down. Good. We're going to do a little head and neck and shoulder stretch here. So bring your knees back together. Let's release the knees. So you're holding onto your legs. You're holding them in place. Your arms are extended. And you just feel like you want your legs to drop to the floor, but you're not allowing them because so they'll go to the floor because you've got no tension in your hips there. You're just holding the legs in place by the knees. So you're just letting it try and open out and release from the hips. And then I just want you to give yourself a little rock. So you're using the arms, not the legs to do it. So it gives you a little massage of the pelvis. What I don't want you to do is switch on your hip flexors so your arms are pulling your knees forward and back. And your legs will just, if you let go, they will just go to the floor. Nice. head and neck one here. So if you can either bring your feet just to the floor on a bridge, or if it feels comfortable, your feet together and your legs apart. You choose. You can either just stay in a bridge position here, or you can drop the knees down and open the thighs with the heels together. So I want you to bring your elbows back in line with your shoulders. You're going to press your shoulders down. Even if your hand doesn't come to the back of the mat, push your shoulders down and try and get your elbow to the floor. Then you're going to start to lengthen the crown of the head. So extend and press your shoulders down, trying to lift your head up and away from you. Now then take an inhale, press through your shoulders. Exhale, try and get your chin onto your chest. Really lift, keeping your shoulders down. Don't grip your jaw. Now I'm going to do that without talking because it makes a big difference. We want to release. Claire, see how this goes for you, because this is supposed to be a nice release of my ground, but if it feels like it's too much, it's pulling or it stirs anything, then don't do as much. Just, do an essence of it, not the full thing. So push your shoulders down. Don't grip the shoulders too tight in case it does make more problems. Push your shoulders down, take an inhale. Let's go chin to chest together. Exhale. Slowly release, extending through the crown of the head. Nod the head left to right. We're going to do Gardandasana arms here, the last move. So we're going to go eagle arms. So you can again adjust your feet if you need to. You can have your legs extended. Otherwise, elbows come level, and then you're going to just bring your right inside your left, and then the hands wrap around. Take an inhale, keep your shoulders down. Exhale, lift your arms over your head. Breathe. And we're just going to release and switch it over to the other side. So now the left goes inside the right, wrap your hands around, take a breath in. Arms together, exhale, extend the arms up, shoulders down. Relax and breathe into it. Try and get your arms all the way over your head. And then bring elbows, arms together, pull them down, take an inhale. When you can, unhook your arms, stretch your arms over the head, stretch your legs out, really stretch out tall now. Then you can lift your lower back off the floor. Lift your chest up, interlock your fingers, push your hands away. Try and get your toes to the floor and stretch long. Oh, that feels nice. Oh, and then one last twist before we go into relaxation. So hands either side. If you want to do a little bit deeper, cross over at the thighs, otherwise knees together. You can bring your heels up this time, and all we're going to do is just hook over to one side. You're crossing over the legs. You want to have the opposite leg on the top as you go to the opposite direction. So I'm going towards the right, so my left leg is on top if you're crossing the legs. If you're not, you don't need to worry about it too much. Once you come back to center, switch over right over the left to go over to the left. Your hips centered. Back to center. Just have a little movement. Now, pretty advisable to sit with your feet apart and your knees together. Just relax the back if it feels too intense. Or you can come into Savasana, or you can lie on your side. Okay? Give yourself a few moments and switch the lights out and into our meditation. It's going quite quickly tonight. So if you can, switching my light off. I'm going to give you a moment to reset and settle down. Nice, easy practice tonight. Well, apart from the balances, pretty easy. So just settle in for a moment, take a breather, take a moment. Relax. Relax. Good work, everyone. Well done. Now's the time just to let your body come into a stillness. Get comfortable. So once again, we bring our focus back to our breathing. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Shoulders back, chest lifting. A long, steady breath. That awareness of your surroundings, the space around you, the weight of your body into the mat. Just resist any tension. Resist, and relax. Giving yourself a moment to feel, to notice, to be aware, hearing the sounds around, the sound of your breathing, the sounds in the distance. Just breathe. Breathe without forcing the breath, without changing the breath. Breathe. Switch down your thoughts. Switch off your mind. Settle in. Take a long deep breath in through the nose. And a long breath out. Deep breath in. And a long breath out. Slowing down your breath. Slowing down the pace in your thought. Just feeling your body on the mat. Feeling the weight of your body resting down onto the floor. As it starts to melt and release the energy, become stiller as you feel the connections between the joints, the muscles, the activity, the buzzing, the electrodes, all that happens on the autonomous systems. We allow ourselves just to be still. You don't have to move, you don't have to fidget. Just feel that release of the energy, the kinetic energy stored within the joints and the muscles releases, and it creates space around the joints, and the muscles relax and lengthen. Muscles calm, they sense stillness. The deep cell of the muscles. Sense that stillness with every neuron and every part of the brain and body connecting, and the nerves settle, and the stress elevates and releases up, away, around, as far away from you. And you stay still, deep in this moment, connected to the breath, whole, rested, complete. Slowly start to bring movement back to the body. Fingers, toes. Slowly start to reawaken. Wiggling fingers and toes start to bring more movement, either in a stretch or a shuffle or a shake. Awareness to your body and activation. Take a long inhale and stretch out your fingers and stretch out your toes and lengthen through once again. And in your own time, coming up to a seated position. So once you're up in a seated position, staying still for a few moments here. Keeping your eyes closed as we're ready to receive the light. Take a full inhale on the exhale. Ready for light in 3, 2, 1.